For 3 years, I'd slung pizzas through Washington's rain-soaked streets, dodging rowdy college kids, creepy houses, and dogs more likely to snap than yap. I thought I'd seen every weird corner of this job until October 23rd, 2025, when a delivery to the Lantern's Rest Motel, a rotting husk deep in the Cascade Mountains, changed everything. 60 miles from North Bend, my hometown, it crouched under towering pines, their branches creaking like whispers in the fog. The neon sign buzzed like a dying wasp. No vacancy, ever. I should have spun my Toyota around and floored it home. Instead, I grabbed the pizza box, stepped onto the sagging porch, and walked into a nightmare that knew my name. I'm Ethan Cole, 28, just a guy scraping by in a town one storm from fading. Rent was late. Again. My landlord, a sour old man named Mr. Henderson, had issued his final warning. Another week, and I'd be crashing in my beat-up Toyota. My dad, Jonathan Cole, used to say a man made his own luck, but luck felt like a sick joke since he passed 15 years ago. It was just me, now, grinding to stay afloat in a quiet house too big without him. The order came through the app. One large pepperoni, paid in cash up front. No name, just room 13. The payout was massive, triple the usual, enough for 2 weeks' rent. A reckless gamble, but I was desperate. Tony, my boss at North Bend Pizza, frowned when he saw the address. Lantern's Rest, Ethan? You kidding? He muttered, his brow creasing. Nobody goes there unless they want to vanish. He leaned closer, voice low. Local tales say people disappear there. Cops find nothing. No trace, no remains, just gone, like the mountains ate them. He gave a shaky laugh, probably some rich kid's prank, but that place, it's wrong. Even the roads feel cursed. I forced a grin, masking the unease creeping up my spine. Triple pay, Tony. I'm broke. He shook his head, sliding the pizza box across the counter. You're cool, kid. Just watch yourself. Everyone in North Bend knew the stories. Whispers of a cult, the order of the silent choir, weaving dark rituals in the Cascades. They didn't just vanish people, they erased them, wiping memories, leaving no evidence. I brushed it off as old-timer talk, meant to scare kids from the woods. But tonight, cash trumped doubt, desperation won. The drive started fine. Familiar roads winding through misty valleys. Then the fog thickened, a heavy shroud clinging to my windshield. My headlights caught fleeting shapes, tall, thin, gliding too smoothly to be dear, dissolving into the mist as I neared. Tired eyes, I told myself, playing tricks. The road narrowed, pines closing in, their skeletal branches forming an oppressive canopy. The air grew colder, thick with damp earth, and a sharp metallic scent, like blood or ozone after a storm. My radio crackled, then died, leaving only the hum of my engine. I felt watched, a prickling on my skin, as if unseen eyes tracked every mile. This wasn't just a delivery. It was a descent into something beyond reason, where reality felt paper-thin. The motel loomed from the fog, a decayed silhouette against the bruised sky. It looked abandoned since the 1980s. Its office dark, windows boarded, door locked tight. Rust streaked the peeling walls like dried tears. The neon sign flickered, NVA, NSMY, ever, the O and CA dead, a grim omen. A shiver crawled down my spine. I should have listened to Tony, to my gut, but rent money pushed me forward, one reluctant step at a time. I knocked on the office door, knuckles rapping, splintered wood, but only the wind answered, howling through the pines with a low, mournful wail. Room 13 waited at the porch's end, its door ajar, leaking sickly yellow light like a half-open eye. Pizza delivery, I called, my voice thin, swallowed by the forest silence. No response. I pushed the door open. The air hit me, damp wood and that metallic tang, now stronger, like rusted iron, mixed with something decayed. A single bulb swung from the ceiling, casting jittery jaundiced light over peeling wallpaper. Shadows danced, twisting into grotesque shapes. The pizza box felt heavy, a lifeline in this unreal place. "Anyone here?" I whispered, voice barely audible. A faint scratching answered from the walls, deliberate, rhythmic, not a mouse but something aware, watching. I set the box on a wobbly table, its legs creaking. My phone showed no signal, the fog choking any connection. Dread sank into my bones. I turned to leave, heart pounding, when I spotted something under the bed, a corner of worn leather peeking from a dusty rug. Against every instinct, I knelt, pulse hammering, and pulled out a guest book, its cover cracked, reeking of mildew and something sour. It felt ancient, heavy with unseen stories. I flipped it open, pages stiff and brittle. Names, dates, cryptic notes filled them, some in faded cursive from the 1970s, others in frantic scrawls, some as recent as last month. Each entry wove a chilling tapestry. The whispers call after dark. They know your name. They know your fears. Room 13 is never empty. They watch from the glass. They want your skin. She spoke my mother's name, gone years ago. Said they took her truth. They asked about my neighbors. Then their houses went dark. Cops said they moved. I know better. No traces, no proof, just absence. And that song, it never stops. They take everything. The authorities see nothing. It's the perfect misdeed. My hands shook as I reached the final page. In fresh, glistening ink, Ethan Cole, October 23rd, 2025. Welcome home. A cold weight settled in my gut. Then I saw it, tucked under the guest book, a faded photo. Me, 10 years old, grinning with a gap-toothed smile, holding Dad's fishing rod by Lake Sammamish. A memory flared. Dad teaching me to cast, his laugh as I tangled the line. I hadn't seen this photo since childhood. He passed in a car crash 15 years ago, in 2010, so why was it here? On the back, in red ink, still wet. You're late, Ethan. The scratching in the walls quickened, frantic, like something clawing to get out or in. I dropped the guest book, its thud echoing unnaturally. I clutched the photo. Dad's smile, a ghost from 15 years past. The door slammed shut, untouched, the lock clicking with chilling finality. The bulb flickered, plunging the room into darkness, then flared back, casting twisted shadows. My reflection in the mirror wasn't mine. Eyes too dark, too wide, glinting with something ancient. My mouth curved into a slow, unnatural smile that didn't belong to me. The air in room 13 grew icy, pressing in, suffocating. The motel pulsed, walls humming with a low rhythmic chant. Replacing the scratching, it burrowed into my skull, threatening to crack it. I pounded the door, fists aching, but it held like stone. My phone flickered, battery draining impossibly fast, the screen flashing, lost, before dying. I was trapped, watched by an unseen presence woven into the room's fabric. The air tasted of ozone and fear. I stepped back, clutching the photo, its edges sharp against my palm. The police called Dad's passing an accident, a drunk driver on I-90. No survivors, just a wrecked car. But this photo, my name in wet ink, suggested something darker, a misdeed erased. I grabbed the guest book again, its pages a mix of elegant cursive and desperate scrawls. Margaret Hale, 1998. They watch from mirrors. Don't stare. They want your skin. My husband spoke of strange vans, disappearances. Cobb smiled. He vanished. No trace. A yellowed clipping was taped beside it. Local woman vanishes from Lantern's Rest. No trace found. Police stumped. No forced entry. Just absence. A perfect cover-up. A 2005 entry. Frantic. The choir sings at night. They take what you love. They erase you. Shadows in the system, wiping the slate clean. The choir. North Bend's old-timers whispered of the order of the silent choir, a cult erasing lives in the Cascades, leaving no evidence. Here, Their legend felt real, a hidden operation cloaked in shadow. Then I saw it. Jonathan Cole, July 14th, 2010. His note, shaky. Ethan, run, they'll come for you. They knew what I sought. They took the evidence. Find our place. Proof's there. The hum deepened, a malevolent pulse in my chest. In the mirror, Dad appeared behind me, pale, eyes hollow with terror, mouthing run. I blinked. He was gone. A shadow loomed in the glass, tall, thin, with countless shifting eyes. It whispered my name like dry leaves in a graveyard. A memory flickered, a child's scream being pulled from something vital, too faint to grasp, leaving a void of loss. The room closed in, air thick with that metallic tang. The hum became a song, tugging at my thoughts, making them brittle. I pounded the door again, but it was unyielding. A sharp knock cut through, a mocking echo. Pizza delivery. A voice rasped, flat, emotionless. The door creaked open. A tall, gaunt man in a stained flannel shirt stepped in, baseball cap shadowing his face. His skin was too tight, almost translucent, his movements unnaturally smooth. "You're late," he said, voice like a recording. "Who are you?" I demanded, gripping the guest book, voice shaking. "Manager," he replied, stepping closer, chilling the air. The door shut behind him, untouched. "Room 13's yours, Ethan, always has been, since your father." I backed toward the window, its boards rusted shut. "What do you want?" He tilted his head, an unnatural motion. His teeth glinted in a smile that didn't reach his glassy eyes. "Check the desk drawer." Your father looked. He found us. He melted into the shadows, leaving a sharper metallic scent. The song pulsed louder, a living force in the walls. The desk loomed, scarred, stained. I yanked open the drawer, its groan slicing the song. Inside, a worn cassette tape, labeled in shaky script, Interview 47, Ethan Cole, 2010. My stomach twisted. I was 15 in 2010, drowning in grief after Dad's passing. No one interviewed me. A battered tape player sat nearby, its play button worn smooth. I inserted the tape, hands trembling, and pressed play. Static hissed, then my voice, a scared boy's, cut through. They took my dad, not a crash. I saw them in the motel, masks, robes, singing. He fought, shouted about a flash drive, proof. They made him face the mirror, said I'd forget, said cops wouldn't believe me. They see nothing. The tape stopped, its click deafening. I shook, clutching the photo. Dad's smile fading in my mind. I didn't remember this. They'd erased it. The mirror flickered. Dad, eyes wide, mouthing run. Find our place. The proof. I grabbed the tape, photo, and guest book, rushing the door. It opened too easily, spilling me into a hallway stretching impossibly long, lined with mirrors reflecting distorted versions of me, eyes too dark, movements lagging. Faces emerged in the glass, eyeless, mouths gaping in silent cries, spectral hands pressed, clawing to pull me in. The song pulsed, eroding my memories. Dad's laugh, Mom's voice, my own name slipping like sand. The air reeked of rust and ozone. I lunged for doors. Number 12, locked. Number 11, locked. Room 10's door was ajar, flickering light beckoning. I shoved it open. A man, maybe 40, sat at a rickety desk, scribbling in a notebook, ink staining his hands. His eyes darted, bloodshot, hunted. "You're late," he rasped, not looking up. "They've been waiting." "Who's waiting?" I asked, voice raw. "What is this place?" He laughed, a broken sound. "The choir. They take what's yours. Memories, truth, evidence. They erase misdeeds." He pointed to a wall of clippings, headlines of vanishings, decades old. A 1998 article mentioned the choir, a cult erasing lives, leaving no trace. "Police baffled by lack of evidence," one read. Another, 2010, boy found on Highway 20, raving about father, claims dismissed. That was me, same scar, same height. What happened to them? I whispered, gripping the photo. They're here, he said, pointing to a mirror where a shadow loomed, countless eyes shifting. In the mirrors, in the song, the forgotten, erased to hide their misdeeds. My name echoed from the glass, icy, my legs buckling. The song tore at my mind, blurring Dad's laugh, my identity fraying. Room 9's door was open, sickly light spilling out. A woman, maybe 30, sat on a stained bed, staring at photos on the wall, faces frozen in fear or silent screams. Hey, I whispered, you okay? She turned, movements jerky, eyes hollow. You're late, she echoed. They know you're here. I spotted Dad's photo, outside the motel, grim, holding a folder. On the back, Jonathan, 2010. He had their ledger. I grabbed it, nausea rising. They took my husband, she murmured, her voice joining the song. A journalist. He found their dealings, shipments, money. They erased him. I remember, her eyes cleared briefly, then clouded. I fled, the door slamming shut. The hallway ended at a stairwell, steps slick with decay, descending into shadow. The air grew colder, reeking of earth and iron. The song pulled me down to a rusted door, etched with spirals, eyes, hands. Mirrors stirred behind me, shadows reaching. I pushed the door open, hinges screaming. A cavernous basement reeked of death. Lanterns flickered, casting shadows on walls carved with pulsing symbols. 12 chairs stood in a circle, one labeled Ethan Cole. Piles of tapes, letters, photos surrounded them, lives erased. I found Dad's, Jonathan Cole, 2010. His letter smudged. Ethan, their song hides their misdeeds. They move contraband, wealth. I found their ledger. They took me. Find our place. Proofs there. Footsteps crunched. The manager stood, scalp pale, veins spider webbing. You found the choir's work, he hissed. Your father led you here. What are you? I demanded, clutching the letter. The choir's home, he said, gesturing to the piles. We keep their secrets, their takings. 12 robed figures emerged, faces hidden, singing a consuming song. It tore at my mind, memories dissolving. The manager's eyes glinted. We want your father's evidence. He tried to expose us, not mystics but masters of misdeeds. In the largest mirror, a monstrous entity formed, countless eyes, shifting shadows. It whispered my name, 1,000 voices. I could flee, lose Dad forever, or fight. I chose to fight. With a scream, I grabbed tapes, photos, letters, hurling a chair at the mirror. Glass shattered, the song shrieking. The manager cried out, his face cracking into darkness. I smashed more mirrors, shadows hissing. My lighter flicked on, flames devouring the piles. Smoke choked me as the choir's cries filled the air. The entity laughed, its form expanding. You cannot erase us. The basement blazed, walls groaning, beams crashing. I scrambled up the stairs, the song fading to a whisper. I stumbled into the fog, gasping, my Toyota a lifeline. The motel burned, flames licking the sky, pines watching silently. I drove, hands shaking, Tony's text buzzing. Ethan, where are you? Hours late. Time had warped. The photo, singed, was all I had left. Memories, Dad's laugh, Mom's voice, were blurred, stolen. At a gas station, I checked the news. I was listed missing, with that photo of me and Dad. The police saw nothing, just absence. I scoured North Bend's library, digging through archives. A 1998 article confirmed the choir's misdeeds. No evidence, just amnesia. A 2010 report described me, dismissed as delusional. Memories returned, Dad fighting robed figures, screaming about a flash drive. They erased me, hid their operation, contraband, wealth, vanished witnesses. Margaret Hale lived in a Seattle trailer park, her home a rusted shell. She opened the door, cigarette trembling, eyes clouded. "You were at the motel," she rasped. "The song's in your bones." Her walls held clippings, symbols, a fight against forgetting. She spoke of the choir, feeding on fear, love, identity, hiding a criminal empire. Jonathan found their stash, she said. Money, goods, ledgers. They took him. Our place. He hid proof there. The photo burned in my pocket, guiding me. I drove to the motel's ashes, the song pulsing, pulling me into the forest. In a clearing, 12 robed figures stood, their entity shimmering. "You're ours," it hissed. "Your father defied us. You'll join him." I held the photo. Dad's smile, my anchor. "Not yet," I shouted. "He died for the truth. I'll finish it." I hurled the photo into their circle. It erupted in blinding light, consuming the shadows. The choir screamed, dissolving into ash, the entity vanishing in agony. The motel's ashes smoldered. The song lingered, a faint whisper. "I'm not Ethan Cole anymore. Not fully. Memories are gone, my soul fractured. But I fought for Dad, for his truth. I found our place, a cave behind a waterfall, holding a laptop, a hard drive. Dad's files detailed their operation, routes, transactions, photos of their misdeeds. I gave the drive to Agent Miller, a retired FBI man chasing Cascade vanishings. He believed me. The choir's presence is gone, but they exist. I'm a survivor, a hunter. The truth cost me, but I'd pay it again. Share this story. Ever felt something? Know your name. Lost a memory that shouldn't be gone. Seen something the authorities dismissed. Tell me where you're from. What time it is. Maybe I'm not alone.